Good day, everyone. My name is Albert, and I'm speaking to you from sunny Dubai, and at the same time from hot place because Dubai is coming to its summer. So where I'm actually represented Court Sensors UAE. Our regional office manages operations across the Middle East and Africa. So I hope we've got friends and colleagues from both regions with us today. Okay. Well, the goal of today's webinar is to dive into a great example from the oil and fuel logistics sector that we successfully completed in the Southeast Asia. Specifically, we will be looking at the road transportation of petroleum products, a sector that we believe still plays a crucial role in the economic development in the Middle East and Africa as well. Well, yeah, for this project, we engaged with some of the industry's respected names like Galileosky, Hoven, Garvex, and software provider Gutam. And they will be with us shortly to talk about their roles and what they brought to the project. Yeah, but before we dive into the details, let me give you a quick sort of snapshot of the case study itself, just to give you a bit of background and the context of the case study. Well, the topic of the day is fuel life cycle management. This project took place in Southeast Asia, as I previously mentioned, with a fleet company managing over 150 fuel trucks and its own gas station network. So the aim was to deploy comprehensive fuel analytics throughout the whole customer's operation. It wasn't just about installing fuel sensor here and there. The project had some real depth and complexity, instruments like software and sensors. As I mentioned, fuel level and tilt angle sensors were implemented, a fuel dispensing system as well, dash cams, GPS tracker. It also required an advanced fleet management platform capable of consolidating all this data. As you see, the project went beyond the installation of basic fuel level sensor, and what it made even more challenging for the regulatory environment. It wasn't enough to meet clients' expectations. We also had to comply with local regulations and international standards along the way. So as for the international standards, I mean the UN regulations for transporting hazardous materials by road. So there were some serious obstacles to overcome along the way, but in the end, believe it or not, all the hard work paid off for the both parties. All right. So all in all, the project required a comprehensive solution that could track and manage fuel through every stage of its life cycle, from transportation to storage to dispensing and beyond. And the implementation took around 12 months, and we are really proud of the outcome of the results. So now I would like to hand things over to my colleague, Mr. Arslan, who will talk you through the escort devices that were used in this particular case. Arslan, over to you.
Thank you, Albert, for the introduction of the case and for introducing your humble servant as well. So my name is Arslan. I'm the head of the tech support. So Generally, I will be focusing on the technical parts of this case. So let's see if we will be able to learn something new about the devices that we manufacture today. And I will also cover briefly the devices produced by one of our partners from Russia. This company is called Garvrix. They generally focus on manufacturing different dispensers and smart dispensers that can communicate with the FMS platforms via internet as well. So, as Albert mentioned, this project was quite a complex one because we had to implement multiple solutions. And when it comes to escort devices, there were three solutions in particular. Escort TD-BLE to monitor the fuel level in the tanks of the vehicles, in the storage tanks as well. Then the second solution was the angle sensor that was complementary to the fuel monitoring device. And indicator Escort I5 was used for generally the convenience of the drivers and employees of the end customer of our customer, which was the OTS company. As Albert mentioned, one of the primary concerns was safety requirements and regulations, but thankfully we managed to get the ATEX certificate, which is the European standard that sets out the requirements for any equipment that is to be used in gas and oil industry. If you are already involved in gas and oil industry, or perhaps you have some customers that come from that sector, you are probably very familiar with ATX standard, and you know that it's quite difficult to get that. But thankfully, our TD-BLE, the flagship of our product line, has that certificate. And that is only one of the advantages that this device brings to the table. It is a very convenient, very user-friendly device that is autonomous. It works on a battery that is replaceable, not rechargeable, but replaceable. And the process of replacing a battery is very easy, especially after switching to the new design that you can see on this slide right now, because it only takes the technician to remove the cap and then the cap of the battery compartment that is fixed there with just 3 screws, take the battery out and replace it with a new one. Then the technician simply needs to cover the battery with litho or some similar material that will protect the battery against the ambience, the humidity in general, of course. The 3-year warranty covers any case of premature discharge of a battery. You just need to contact our tech support team, and my guys will help you organize for the replacement of the battery. We will just communicate to our sales managers that the battery discharge was confirmed, and then they will provide you with a spare battery. Since it's a Bluetooth device, it's very easy to configure and to run diagnostics on, because you only need to use our mobile app, which is available for iOS and Android devices. So you connect to the sensor via Bluetooth, and you can tweak its configuration as you see fit. The device is password protected, of course, to prevent the drivers from doing the same in an authorized fashion, of course. Aside from that, the sensor has a black box feature, which means that it can store up to 30-day worth data in its memory. So in case there is some loss of signal between the GPS tracker and the sensor, that data will still be recoverable, generally via the app, of course. So your technician needs to be close to the sensor to be able to connect it with his or her smartphone and download the data from the black box. But some GPS trackers are gradually adding this feature to their functionalities as well. So in the nearest future, it will be possible to recover black box data from the sensor remotely via the majority of the GPS trackers available on the market as of now. The length of the sensor is adjustable, which makes it suitable for any tank of any height. Of course, we do not generally recommend installing the sensors in the tanks whose height is less than 15 centimeters, because in this case, the fluctuations of the fuel inside the tank are too strong to offset with any filtration algorithm. It's possible to install the sensor in a tank that is shorter than 15 centimeters if it's a diesel generators tank, for example. In other cases, we generally do not recommend that. Unless your customer has reconciled with the idea that they will not be able to monitor the fuel consumption properly, but only detect the fuel thefts and refuelings. In this case, yeah, you can install the sensor, no issue at all. And you can also extend the length of the sensor to make it fit in the storage tanks. So we can manufacture the sensors as long as 3 meters. When it comes to those, the main predicament usually is shipping those, but we've got you covered there because you can order a 2-meter sensor, for example, and then an extra section of the tubes, 2 meters long as well. Those can be connected via the special coupling that we can provide you with as well. As a complementary measure of fuel monitoring, the customer opted for our angle sensors, which are called DUB-LE. This solution is truly versatile. It can be used to monitor the activity of almost any kind of heavy-duty machinery units, such as excavators, concrete mixers, dump trucks, garbage trucks, you name it. The sensor probably can do that. In this particular case, it was used to monitor the dispensing boxes on the land tankers. So the idea is that the lid of that box opens, the sensor detects that tilt and reports that to the GPS tracker and then to the monitoring platform. If this happens outside of a particular geozone, this event is immediately flagged in the system, and you can easily investigate what was happening there, especially if you have some equipment such as Hoven's video surveillance solutions, for example. You can narrow the time period that you need to check down to a couple of minutes, and then avoid watching through all the records made on that day. You just need to check maybe 5 to 10 minutes before and after the event, and you will probably be able to detect any kind of misconduct on the driver's part or other employees' part as well. And so far, we have covered the 2 main concerns that our customer had, which were the safety of the product that was hauled, transported, the safety in general, the safety requirements imposed by different laws and norms and regulations. The third concern that the customer had was the convenience. The driver's convenience and the convenience of any employees involved in the process of transporting oil and gas. For that purpose, the customer opted for our escort indicator i5, which is a great device. It can be paired with up to 10 sensors at once, and those could be wired and wireless ones. So potentially, for instance, you could install 3 wired sensors and 2 wireless ones, or 5 wireless ones and 2 wired ones. That doesn't matter. The only conditions are that the wired sensors must have RS-485 interface and the LLS protocol. And if we are talking about the BLE solutions, then those absolutely have to be only escort sensors. The Bluetooth sensors of other brands are not compatible. So you can pair not only the fuel level sensors with i5, but also the temperature and humidity, TH-BLE sensor that we manufacture, and the angle sensors as well. If you have a vehicle with multiple tanks, the indicator can calculate the total of the readings of all sensors installed in those tanks, or in the compartments of one land tanker, for example. And it also can calculate the average if you have two sensors in the same tank to offset any fuel fluctuations that could be happening there. If it's a huge tank, then those could be there and you might need to take care of them. And we also have to point out that this device is Bluetooth device, so it's very easy to configure and install as well. You use the same Escort configurator app to connect to the device, configure it, and then you just need to do a bit of wiring and install it on the dashboard of the vehicle. That usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, since we have covered all the Escort devices that were involved in the project, let's move on to the Garvix product line. As I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, this company generally focuses on manufacturing different pumps and dispenser devices, and they are truly great. Some of those could be fit onto your vehicles. You might be interested in doing that because in this case, you do not only get the pump that you can use to dispense the exact number of liters of gallons of your product, but this device can also use GSM connection to transmit all the data on any fuel movements onto your FMS platform. They are also compatible with our sensors, so if you have a sensor installed in the tank of that land tanker, this data will also be taken into the consideration before reporting the data onto your monitoring platform. These types of dispensers, as well as the ones that are used for the stationary tanks, help you track down what driver did what kind of operation with fuel, because the driver has to identify himself. Then he types in the exact number of liters or gallons he needs dispensed. All that is recorded and then transmitted onto the monitoring platform. And of course, all those logs could be very helpful in the future. Aside from that, you can, well, in general, you can imagine that in this case, the customer got a true end-to-end fuel monitoring system, because the fuel was monitored inside the storage tanks with help of our Escort DBLE sensors. Then, if it was moved from the storage tank to the land tanker, that movement was reported by the sensors inside the storage tank, the sensors inside the land tanker's tank, and by the Garvix device as well. If that truck moved from one station to another one and then dispensed the fuel there, that movement was also tracked down by multiple devices at once. And since all that data was consolidated on the same monitoring platform, which was and is still is since it's still in use by still is used by the customer, all that was transmitted to Vialon, which made analyzing reports very, very easy. So the key features of these devices are the ones that you can see on the slide. They are very reliable. They are safe to use in explosive environments. They help avoid any human error in accounting the fuel, and they automatize every procedure that is executed with fuel, any operation executed with fuel in real time, which makes it super useful when it comes to accounting the fuel. And we also have to mention the calibration station, which is a device that helps facilitate the tank calibration procedure when you're installing the fuel level sensor, since it helps automatize this process as well. So the technician could just insert the hose into the tank, set the exact number of liters he wants the tank calibration to be done with, and hit the run button. And after that, he no longer needs to be worrying about what's happening with the tank calibration. He can move on to the next truck, for example, and by the time the tank calibration of the first tank is complete, he will probably have already installed the sensor on the next one, so he could proceed with the tank calibration of the second truck and then move on to the third one, for example. So this device generally is for your convenience and can really help you save time when installing the fuel level sensors, such as our TD BV, for example. The calibration station is pretty accurate. It's very easy to recalibrate should that be needed. It also eliminates human error and, again, speeds the tank calibration process a lot. So that's the end of my presentation, and let me hand the word over back to Albert.
Yep. Thank you, Arslan, for your insights. Now, I would like to invite Miss Julia from Galileosky to take the floor. So she will provide us with an overview of the GPS trackers that were utilized in the project itself. Julia, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Julia, and I manage the African and European markets at Galileosky. And a big thanks to Escort team for showing this solution. I can assure that it works great with Galileosky. So now let's explore how Galileosky can help you manage your fleet smarter and safer. Just a moment, I open my presentation. And let me tell a little bit about Galileosky, so who we are. Galileosky is a leading manufacturer of professional GPS tracking devices. We design and build our equipment ourselves. So we are at the market for 16 years and over 1 million devices are operating worldwide. Our global partner networks includes 500 partners globally, and we still continue growing every day. And why partners choose us, right? So it is because our devices are built to last over 10 years of service life, and Galileosky devices are tested in tough conditions. That's quite important. And we also offer strong technical support. Our engineers are always ready to help. We have quite not big but great team of engineers, so they are always in touch. And we've been doing this for 16 years, and it shows in our quality. And as well, we have a hybrid communication system, unique hub solution to stay connected even in areas with poor signal. So, and now let's go to the use case. As you know, fuel is one of the biggest costs in fleet operation, and without monitoring, fuel waste and theft can go unnoticed. And bad driving and poor planning also increase fuel use. So with GPS tracking and fuel sensors, you can. So let's look what you can do. Firstly, spot fuel theft quickly. Secondly, track fuel usage in real time. And finally, you reduce costs and improve efficiency. And what's more, in some areas, fuel theft can reach up to 30% of total fuel use, and that's a serious loss. Our flagship model is Galileosky 10. As you can see, it makes fuel tracking easy and powerful. And these main features are 4 GB of internal memory. It allows you to store plenty of data. Another main feature is operation with 2 CAN buses simultaneously. As well, it allows you to automatically read up to 13,000 vehicle parameters via J1939DA protocol. And in case if you work with wireless sensors, please pay attention to this model for sure, because it supports up to 64 belay tags, and device provide fast and easy belay setup. And finally, we are fully integrated, compatible with Wayland platform. So all data go there without troubles. And let's go through different scenarios of operation. Just imagine the device is installed on the machinery, and I just present 3 scenarios, starting from the basic one. The basic one is just monitoring of fuel consumption and movement of cargo. It's possible with such features as driver identification. You identify drivers using iButton or RFID. Secondly, you see fuel use in real time, and you can detect sudden fuel drops or possible theft, and it's all in basic scenario. So it also allows you to control your engine after ID check. And finally, monitoring dangerous driving, such as sharp turns, hard brakes. It's possible with built-in accelerometer and auto-informer. The second one is more advanced, the second scenario, I mean. It's about cargo safety. You already detect unauthorized cargo access with escort sensors, and you use geofences to control if your good was loaded or unloaded in the approved areas. And in the sense of more professional scenario, please pay attention to the third one. In this case, you monitor fuel receipt and delivery. It's possible in case of integration with escort sensors and flow meters. All calculations are possible on the terminal itself, and all the data are transmitted to Wayland server. Finally, all the data goes to Wayland server. Right now, I just want to pay your attention to Galileosky base block Iridium. It's a unique solution, and it's just for those who need control your fleet in remote areas. Use our hybrid base block Iridium because it works with GSM and satellite as well. In this case, you get automatic switch between networks. You send only important data via satellite, and it saves your costs. As well, you create smart rules like triggering satellite mode only on alerts. And it's perfect for places with no GSM signal. Great. So here we can see a kind of diagram. Just choose what data is sent via satellite. It can be location, and set when to use satellite. Only after refueling or later. So easy logic algorithm can help you transmit data after refueling. And use panic buttons. They help you to see alert to send alerts. So finally, this solution gives you lower costs and better control. And if you're ready, I just want to present our best solution for both GSM and Iridium. It's our new feature. Please meet Galileosky 10 that is integrated with Iridium modem. For more details, please address our support team. It switches between 2G, 3G, 4G, and satellite automatically, unlike baseblock Iridium that switches only between 2G and Iridium. This is more advanced solution, so pay attention to this as well. And now, more details about Galileosky 10 Hub. The hub version of Galileosky lets devices to talk to each other over Wi-Fi, so even in areas with no GSM. It supports CAN bus, 4 GB of internal memory, protocol J1939DA, and of course custom logic with Easy Logic tool. Yep. The diagram shows one of the solution operating scenarios. In this case, data passed from one device to another one and sent to the server when GSM or Wi-Fi is available. And here is a real use case. A Galileosky hub is installed on gas station, as you can see at the slide. And at this gas station, there is no signal, GSM signal. And this device controls fuel dispensing and stores the data. And fuel truck comes by every few days, and the truck pick up stored data from the station. And finally, the truck gets to an area with GSM or Wi-Fi and sends all data to the server. And this really quite demanding scenario. And regarding hub solution, driver ID control and fuel limits are also supported. And our key feature is easy logic. With drag and drop blocks, you shouldn't be programmer. You create your own scenarios and you can set up rules without any troubles. Just create custom workflows and offer tailored solution for your clients. This means more flexibility and added value for your business with easy logic. Just let's go through several scenarios. The first one with easy logic is the simplest one because, yeah, I guess you can see. Just in 4 steps, you set up speed. In this case, speed goes over 60 kilometers per hour, and the system activates a warning light or buzzer if you go more than 60 kilometers per hour. In case if the speed is below 60 kilometers per hour, it keeps checking. So this is perfect for empowering safe driving habits. And the second one, in this case, we just added GFNs, and the warning only activates if speeding happens inside approved area. For example, near schools or city zones. That's very useful for location-based safety rules. Let's look how it works. I can assure you that we have a lot of materials that can help you. We have videos on our YouTube channel, so please welcome with any questions we can assist. And finally, let me tell about Bluetooth scanner. Yeah, Bluetooth scanner. In the first case, it operates with integrated wireless sensor. It's quite easy assign and manage sensor data. And the important feature is that it's possible with up to 64 parameters. So you can use up to 64 sensors at once. And in case if your wireless sensor are not integrated with our device, you can work directly with raw data, and you need to select bytes from packet and mark the tag in which the data transfer is to take place. So you can integrate your wireless sensor with our device ourselves. It's quite easy. So in this case, we just need exchange protocol. It should be available. Finally, it gives you more options and faster setup. And that's all from me today. Thanks for listening. If you have questions or want to know more, contact me or my colleagues, and you will find out all details on the homepage and also join our Teams community. Thanks
Perfect.
for opportunity.
Great.